Out on Lake Simcoe today, guys. Hello everyone, welcome to another Yukon Bob video. This is only the second time I've been on the new Seadoo GTX 2022 300 Limited. It's got about an hour and a half on it. I got to try to put a couple hours on it just to see if I can get the thing broke in. And this is only the second ride. It's been about 18 days since I was last out. I was out on the old machine for a trip up to Parry Sound a week ago. You may have seen that video. So this is the second time I've been out on the video, and with this new Seadoo, just going to try to break it in today, get to know it a little bit more, also put a few more hours on it. It's only got about an hour and a half on it. I need to get about 8-10 hours on it for the break-in period. So that's what we're going to do today. How you doing? Oh yeah, yeah.
The captain just said to come and see if you were broke down or not.
Oh, thanks. That's nice of you. I'm just making a little video, just shooting some stuff.
All right.
Yep, good. Thanks, though. Well, that was kind of nice. You're just sitting out here alone on the water, and they sent a boat over to see if I was okay. They saw me just sort of sitting here. Maybe they saw me talking to myself, thinking that guy's nuts over there. What's he doing? So they sent the little boat over just to check me out to make sure I was okay. So that's kind of nice. Not sure what they're doing. They're officials of some sort out here. Maybe they're dredging a little bit or cutting some weeds. I'm not sure what they're doing, but anyway, nice of them to come on over. So as I was saying, yes, just out on the water, Lake Simcoe today. I'm going to put about 3-4 hours on the machine today if I can, just to kind of get a few more hours onto it and check a few things out. I really don't know this machine yet. It's just getting used to it. So that's the plan for today. Always a good thing when it starts nice and quick like that. I suppose one of the first things I noticed about this Seadoo when I had it on the water compared to the 2018 is that the mirrors on this Seadoo actually work. On the 2018 one that I had, the mirrors were positioned in such a way that you could not see out behind you in any way, shape, or form. Right from the factory, they were put on wrong, and they weren't adjustable in any way. So I always thought, you know, these things are absolutely useless unless you sort of bend your head way down like that to look into the mirrors. First thing I noticed when I got on this one, I had to look in the mirrors and I thought, hey, I can actually see what's behind me. So it was just a fault of the factory putting those mirrors on the 2018, and on this one, they got it right. So it's kind of handy. Now I can look in there and I can see who the heck's behind me and where they are without cranking my head way down. Well, the last time I was out here, just a couple of trips back out ago on Lake Simcoe, I was finding all these dead fish in the water, and I didn't know what the heck that was all about. Today, it's not dead fish, it's dead birds. Huh. Wonder what happened to him. We have got it in sport mode for the first time. This is with super duper acceleration. Let's get a little bit deeper. I'm a little shallow here. I don't want to be sucking up rocks from 5 feet down. All right, let's see in sport mode what kind of acceleration we have. That's pretty fast. That's fast enough for me. We'll just take it easy on that until we get it broke in. I have found for the most part though that I'm hardly ever in sports mode. I think on the old machine, you know, I'd put it in there 2 or 3 times a year just for the heck of it, try it out. But I don't need that type of acceleration. I'm not 25 anymore. So the econo setting is the one that I kind of like. Save on the fuel. But sports is fast. Whoa! You cannot hang on to a camera. You need 2 hands on the steering wheel when you hit that throttle in sports mode, because it wants to jump out of the water. So I won't do that. So I guess I've got no real purpose today. Just kind of putting a few hours on the machine and playing around with it a little bit. That's about all I'm out here to do. Just want to kind of get a feel for it a little bit more. And it has been, like I say, quite a while since I was last on this machine, a couple of weeks anyway. So the winds have been blowing, and then I did one trip on the other Seadoo, so that just kind of ate up the time. But yeah, good to be back out on it again, just kind of get a feel for it a little bit. Seems to handle pretty well. One thing I have done through some advice through the YouTube channel from the comments is I have ordered from Riva Racing an oil catch can for this Seadoo, and I've also ordered some new sponsons for it. Those are the things that go on the back on the side of the Seadoo that help it with steering and control. You can get these other ones that are much stiffer and adjustable from Riva. They're kind of pricey. They're about, what was it, $530 or something. So I've ordered them, and I'm going to put them on once I get them, and I'll do a little video on that later on just to show you what the difference is and how you attach them to the Seadoo. But I don't know how long it's going to take to get them in. They're coming from the States somewhere, so we'll see. And then again, that catch can catches all the oil vapors that come out of the crankcase of the engine and then get caught up within the intercooler and stuff like that within the motor of the Seadoo. This oil catch can diverts all of those fumes and vapors and puts them in a little can, a container with an air breather on top of it, and you just bolt it onto the engine and divert the hose over to that. It's supposed to make a difference in terms of the cleanliness of the engine, and that you don't get a bit of oil and sludge and liquid moisture buildup within the intercooler system. And I'm not a mechanic, I don't totally understand this, but they do say it's better. You're supposed to get a horsepower or two, maybe more out of it. I don't really care about that, but I do care about the sludge buildup within the engine. So those two things are on order, and they come from Riva Racing. I think all together when you do the exchange, and I haven't seen anything about duty yet, so I don't know what that's going to be, but you're getting close to $1,000 for those two components. But they say that those sponsons really make a difference, and that really helps in the steering and control of the Seadoo. So I might as well do it sooner than later. Seadoo's brand new. I didn't do it on the other one, and I never felt that I missed it, but maybe there is a big difference. So I am going to try them on this one, and I'll let you guys know and show you how I put them on the Seadoo once they come in. All right, I'm not exactly how this is going to show up or not, but I just want to give you a look at that. I think it's about a 7.23 inch, something like that. I can't remember exactly, 7 something, LCD display on this Seadoo GTX. Still getting used to it a little bit. I have found more or less how to navigate around and through all the various clusters and settings on it. I have got the maps working as well, and that's through the BRP app. The maps are now working. I have found though, sorry about that, I have found though that I don't think I like the maps that much. Navionics, the maps that I have loaded onto my iPhone, I think are much better. They just seem to give a lot more detail. The contours are a little more defined. You get an arrow instead of a circle like you do with the BRP one, which just basically shows you where you are. It doesn't tell you direction or the way you're moving. And the Navionics one is, I think, a far superior app to use for navigation compared to the BRP one. Now that's with limited use. I should qualify that by saying, yeah, with limited use on my part with the BRP app. So yeah, that just from some early experience, I think I will be sticking with the Navionics navigation system. Maybe I'll take a ride up the coastline a little bit of Lake Simcoe and just head north on the east side of Simcoe, and let's just see where we get to. Well, it's happened. We've had a malfunction. Just a couple hours into the trip and a malfunction has happened. And no, it has nothing to do with the Seadoo. Take a look at this. My shoe's coming apart. It's just separated. The bottom sole is coming apart from the rest of the shoe. That actually happened last year to that shoe. And I got a bunch of glue and glued it back together and it was all fine, so I'm going to have to do the same to this one. I just want to bend it and break it before I get it back and have a chance to fix it. I bought those things in Vietnam, and you know, they've got the brand name on them, like they're Keen, K-E-E-N. It's a brand name of people who make this sort of stuff, but obviously it's a knockoff product. Can't remember what I paid for it in Vietnam. It was pretty cheap, but I've had to glue the other one, and now this one's come apart, and I'll have to glue that one as well. But once I glue it, it'll be all fine. Oh, there's a loon up there. Yeah, pretty shallow. Might be a good place to put the drone in the air and just get some aerial shots of this Seadoo. Not the Seadoo drone, I'm not brave enough to try that yet, but the Mavic Air. I've got that with me, and I might put that up in the air and just see how that works. Okay, the connection is successful. Let's make sure we've got some satellites here. Yes, we have 15 satellites locked on, so we should be good to go. Okay, so I just learned something else. When you put it in eco mode, what it really does is it limits your speed and your acceleration, of course, but it keeps it down below 5,000 RPM. And somebody told me that that's when the supercharger kicks in on these things, is at about 5,000 RPM, and of course that's when the fuel consumption starts to go up quite a bit when the supercharger kicks in. So in the eco mode, it lets you go below up to about 5,000 RPM with full throttle, and that's about it. And that gives you at about 50 kilometers an hour or so, and you can pull the throttle all the way in, and you're not going to go over 5,000 RPM. So that's what eco mode is all about. Well, I didn't realize I'd gotten this far up the lake. I'm almost at the top end of Lake Simcoe. Aurelia is just straight in front of me. I haven't been up here in a couple of years, so let's take a little drive up towards Aurelia and have a little look from the water. See, the acceleration is not that fast in eco mode. So one thing I have not done yet, and I probably won't do for a little while on this new machine, this has got that intelligent debris-free system built into it, whereby it has like a transmission within the engine that will then go into a reverse when you punch a couple of buttons and turn the impeller the other way. So if you suck up some weeds or maybe a little stick or something like that, maybe even a small pebble, not sure about that, but it'll reverse and maybe spit it all back out so you don't have to go to shore and kind of dig it out. But as I've said in past videos, in the past years, last year when they first came out with this thing, they had a lot of trouble with it. Now I'm hoping that they've got it all fixed, but I am not going to try that until after I get my 10-12 hours in for the break-in period, and then I'm only going to try it when I'm with another Seadoo in case something goes wrong. And because what happens in some cases is that you just simply lose forward and reverse power and you can't get back to shore. So I'm only going to try that when I've got somebody else with me. And that won't be till after I get 10 or 12 hours on the machine. So it's got it, but I'm just not going to try it right yet. A little leery about it. I think it'll be fine, and I think they fixed the problem, but I have heard in some cases that even on these new machines for 2022, there have been some people said, yeah, I had a problem with it. So we'll see. We just won't be trying it for a little while. So this is the little river here, right under the bridge connecting Couchiching Lake with Lake Simcoe. And then further north up there, you'll run into Lake Sparrow. From Lake Sparrow, you're into the Trent Severn. You can go all the way to Port Severn and then back into Georgian Bay. So all of this is connected in one way or another. Look at that. Yeah, there's a bit of a current. Nice boat up here. Okay, I think that's as far as I'm going to go today, just up into the beginnings of Lake Couchiching. Hope I'm saying that right. Now I'll turn around and head back into Lake Simcoe, I guess on the other side of that bridge. Well, it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon now. The sky is getting a little bit darker. There was some calling of thunderstorms later in this afternoon, so I think I'm going to pack it in for today and just make my way back to Beaverton and load up. I've been out for about 2 hours. I've now got about 3.5, maybe 4 hours, just about 4 hours on the machine, so I got a little ways to go yet. But that'll eventually happen over time. It will happen. So that's it for today, guys. Just a quick little ride out on Lake Simcoe up into Lake Couchiching by Orillia. And I'm going to pack it in now and make my way back before anything severe happens weather-wise. I want to be out on this lake in the middle of a thunderstorm. It's only about a 50% chance of that, but what the heck. I've got nothing else going today. It's just a fun ride, so I don't need to push it. Thanks for coming along, guys, on this Yukon Bob video, and hopefully we'll see you out camping soon. We're really trying to get out and do that. Just haven't had the right opportunity yet, but it will happen. Till the next time, stay safe on the water, and we'll see you soon.